A warm greeting to all. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all and my dear students. This presentation is a part of a paper prescribed for the second year BA BSc students in our college, that is E3SO3 Part 2 English Paper 3. Through this initiative video lesson, let's start with Unit 1 Poetry. Now we are going to discuss about the famous poem Hawk Roasting by Ted Hughes. While moving on to the video, we could see some of the objectives about the presentation. First, we are going to discuss about the introduction of the author Ted Hughes and about his famous works. After that, reading the poetic lines of the poem Hawk Roasting. Next, we could see the analysis of the poem Hawk Roasting and its theme. Then, glossary, discussing about some new words from the poetic lines. Then, few questions for your assignment work, and at the end there are some reference links for your further reading. Let's move on to the topic. On the first slide, we are going to see about the author introduction. The original name of the author is Edward James Hughes, but he is commonly known as Ted Hughes. He is an English poet, translator, and children's writer. He was born on August 17, 1930 at Middleroad, Yorkshire, England. His parents were William Henry and Edith Hughes. He was raised among the local farms of the Calder Valley and on the Pendy Moorland. He was married to the famous American poet named Sylvia Plath in 1956. Then they had two children, Frida Hughes and Nicholas Hughes. Ted Hughes wrote a dozen books of poetry, translations, non-fiction, and children's books. Critics criticized him as one of the best of his generation and one of the 20th century's greatest writers. Then he was appointed as a poet laureate in 1984 and he held his post until his death. He was died on October 28, 1998 at London, England. Then about his famous works. The Hawk in the Rain, Lupercal, Crow, Cave Birds, Moortown, Wolf Watching, New Selected Poems 1957 to 1994 and Birthday Letters. Birthday Letter is the final collection of his poetry and it published in the year of his death. It also documented his relationship with his wife Sylvia Plath. Then children books, Meet My Folks, The Iron Man, Season Songs, The Cat and the Cuckoo, and some of his translated works, Spring Awakening by Frank Wedekind, Blood Wedding by Federico Gargiulo. Now we are going to read the poetic lines of the poem Hawk Roasting. I sit in the top of the wood, my eyes closed. In action, no falsifying dream. Between my hooked head and hooked feet, or in sleep rehearse perfect kills and eat. The convenience of the high trees, the earth's buoyancy and the sun's ray, advantage to me, and the earth's face upward for my inspection. My feet are locked upon the rough bark. It took the whole of creation to produce my food and each feather. Now I hold creation in my foot, or fly up and revolve it all slowly. I kill where I please because it is all mine. There is no sophistry in my body. My manners are tearing off heads, the allotment of death. For the one path of my flight is direct through the bones of the living. No arguments assert my right. The sun is behind me. Nothing has changed since I began. My eye has permitted to change. I am going to keep things like this. By Ted Hughes. Then we can move on to the topic analysis of the poem. The poem Hawk Roasting is written in the form of a dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue is a poem in the form of a speech or narrative by an imagined person in which the speaker reveals the character describing a particular situation of a series of events. The whole poem is written in the point of view of a hawk and gives all the details about things in nature. Then the hawk perches in tall trees, sleeping and looking for its prey. The entire poem is a symbol of human evils of arrogance, destructiveness, egoistic, pompous, obsession of power, and tyranny. The poem flows through the mind of the hawk, and also the poem gives a vivid impression of the character of a hawk, the particular manifestation of life force that is seen throughout the poem. And coming to the poetic lines, in the first stanza of the poem, the hawk seems to be in deep meditation. It does not feel threatened by anything in the wild, that is in the forest. Then it can easily close its eyes and not worry about its surroundings. The hawk sits in the top of a tree. It helps itself to look easily throughout the forest. And in the second stanza, the hawk conveys to the reader that its life is very easy and everything in the nature has been made for its pleasure. The trees are high for the hawk, the air is light, which makes it easy for the hawk to glide. The sun's ray gives its warmth. It claims that all of these aspects of nature make the hawk's life more convenient and stable. And moving on to the third stanza, the hawk draws attention to its sharp claws stabbing into the tree limb as he perches. The poet explains that the hawk proclaims itself as God, who is more powerful than any being on the earth and on the heaven. And the hawk also proudly says that the whole creation is under its feet. And in the fourth stanza, the hawk is essentially saying that it can fly slowly through the air, looking all around. It can kill wherever it pleases because all the world belongs to the hawk. There is no need to lie or pretend because the hawk can prove its power by tearing off the heads of its victims, that is, its prey. And in the fifth stanza, the hawk is so godlike and it says it only chooses who lives and who dies in the world, and at one flight it makes its prey very happily and cruelly. There is no arguments necessary because the hawk is all powerful. And in the final stanza, the hawk claims that the world has not been changed since it was created. Then it has been perfect and permanent. The hawk also says that the world has not been changed because the hawk has not allowed the world to do so. Through the poem Hawk Roasting, Ted Hughes reminds us that we may not ignore the indifferent pressures of evolution and the non-moral energies of nature. Now we are going to see the theme in the poem. The major theme in the poem is nature and violence. Ted Hughes imagines the interior thoughts of one of the greatest bird, the hawk. Imagining what goes on in the mind of the hawk facilitates a deeper meditation about nature which the poem presents as both majestic and fearsome. The poem is told entirely from the perspective of the hawk, which is personified as having the powers of conscious thought. The hawk lacks human qualities like mercy and remorse. It is ruthless and direct in its thoughts about hunting its prey. Then we could move on to the slide glossary. Discussing some new words: wood, forest, inaction, lack of action or activity or idleness, falsifying, to make false or to represent falsely, hooked, having a form of a hook, rehearse, to perform or practice, buoyancy, the tendency of a body to float, creation, the act of creating, making, or inventing, sophistry, false arguments or incorrectness, allotment, something that is allotted, flight, the ability to fly or giving out portions, assert, to state or declare positively and forcibly. Now we are coming to the question session. Here I can point out 5 questions for your assignment work. First one, summarize the poem Hawk Roasting in your own words. Second one, how is power presented in Hugh's poem Hawk Roasting? Third one, what is the message the poet shared through his poem? Fourth one, does the poet create a sense of superiority of the hawk? Explain. Fifth one, why do the poet has chosen the hawk to convey his views? Coming to the last slide, I can list out for your further reading. You can go through the links and you can get more information about the author, about the poem, and about the theme of the poem. Then, if you have any questions or clarifications, you can post your questions through Google Classroom. I could also given my Google Class code with you. If you have any doubts and clarifications, don't hesitate to ask. Please ask your questions in the help of Google Class. Thank you for your patient listening. Once again, thank you all.